Is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So those for those.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. For those who have not able to see my screen, please pin my screen. First of all, whenever someone is presenting the screen, the first step is to pin the screen. So how we will pin the screen? On the right hand side, you are seeing my names. It is coming as Amita Rana, you, and Amita Rana, your presentation. So an arrow will be there besides my name. You just click on that and there will be a pin icon. I will show you for this teacher. I'm just clicking on the arrow button and there is a thumb pin. You can see here a thumb pin icon. You just click on this and then the screen will be pinned. So what is the purpose of pinning the screen? Means you will be able to see only my screen. If any person will speak up in between, there will be no interference of his or her screen or something like that. His or her thumbnail will not be viewed if you have pinned my screen. So I request all of you to please pin my screen so you can see my screen clearly. So please do this process. And first of all, starting with the basics, I will request all of you, as you have done earlier also, please switch off your mics, as well as your video for this session, as it will save the bandwidth also. So for switching off and on the mic or for muting on and off the mic, you have to use Control D. You can use Control D or simply you can tap on this icon of the microphone. You will simply click on this. It will turn red, means it is enabled. So you can switch, mute your mic, and then for speaking up, you will just disable this. And similarly for the video as well, you will just click on this, or the Control E is the shortcut for the video. So you just hit on this icon and the video will get enabled or disabled. For as of now, I will request all of you to please switch off your mics as well as a video to save the bandwidth. So this is it. So we will be moving up to the how we can create the classrooms, a Google Classroom. So we are starting with the basic. For that, I have to log in into my G Suite account, which I have got from the KVS RO Delhi. So every one of you must be having your G Suite IDs with you. This is my G Suite IDs. So I have login up like www.gmail.com. Simply you go on Gmail, enter your login, the login which you got from your KVS RO. That is a G Suite account whose domain is @kvsrodelhi.in. Just log in with that and enter your password, and then you are in this mail of that particular G Suite account. From the mobile as well, from the mobile we have found out that some people usually come across an issue that the default ID which is in their mobile previously, they are not able to switch out from that account. So for that, once you will log in with this G Suite account in your mobile, you have to sync this account, and there is a sync option in the mobiles. You have to search for that, and then you can sync your account. And for that, we have having a video also. Actually, we are having a YouTube channel that is GS Support, and on that you will find each and every video for how you can sync your mobile and how you can make this ID as a default ID. So let's get started. This is my Gmail account. You have to just log in into with the G Suite account, and here on the right hand side you will see 9 dots. Every one of you must be able to see these dots. So you just click on this. This is the G Suite apps. This is a Google apps like Classrooms, Doc, Slide, Calendar. Mostly we will be using this Classroom, Calendar, and the Meet. We will be using Drive as well because all of our data will be stored in the Drive only. So mostly we will be dealing with the Classroom, Calendar, and Meet. So I will be telling you about the basics of this only in this app. So I will be just hitting on this Classroom icon. It is just loading up. Now, this is a few classrooms which I have made earlier, but today I will be telling you how to create a classroom because we are learning from the scratch of this. So I will be starting with this. On the right hand side, you will see a plus icon. So just click on that. If you are logged in with the teacher ID, so you will be getting two options, join class and create class. And if the student will be logging up, he will get only one option, that is for only the joining the class. He will not be having the authority of creating the class, because in the in the student ID there are some limitations. So I will be showing you one dummy student ID as well, so you will be getting a clear idea that what student will be seeing at their screen, so you can guide your students accordingly. So let's start. We are joining the class, or sorry, we are creating the class. So I will be just clicking on creating class. So this is the first method of creating a class. Now I have to write a class name. There is a standard nomenclature for creating the class as we are doing in our schools with the instruction of our vice principal ma'am. So that is 1424, that is the code of KV Janakpuri. Then I write shift. I'm in second shift, so I will be writing my shift. Then the class name. Let's say I'm creating it for 10th A. So I will be writing all it here. I will be telling you why you write everything here. I will be telling you afterward this. So you will be writing 10th A, and then in the section you have to write the subject. Let's science, and then my name. It is just a suggestion that you create a classroom like this, because there is a because it is beneficial for our officials or for our authorities, because if they will be joining several accounts of different class teachers, they will be just seeing the thumbnail and they will get to know that this particular classroom belongs to which class, which teacher, and which subject. So it will be beneficial for them. So that's why we previously we have made the simple classroom like class name 10th A, but it was creating some problem for the officials, so we have changed it, and it is just a suggestion that you can create like this. And then subject, I can repeat it if I want to, sign, and then I will just click on this create. It will take some time because it will be creating some folders in our drive related to this classroom. A fresh classroom is being created, and then it now I'm on the cover page of my classroom which I have created now. This is the cover page of my classroom. So in this you are seeing 4 tabs over there: stream, classwork, people, and grades. So I am in stream tab. It is just like a Facebook page, like on the Facebook page, if we enter if we just open our Facebook page, so it gives all the details that whatever work I have shared with my students, it will reflect over here. If I want to say something to my class, I can write over here. And upcoming, if you have scheduled anything for this particular classroom, if you have scheduled a G-Meet, if you have scheduled any test, then in the upcoming you will be receiving the details regarding to that. So this is my classroom cover page. First of all, I will be telling you about the settings option which you have to be do for your classrooms. So just click on this settings option. You are seeing a wheel icon. So in this, if I want to edit the details again, if by mistake I have entered something wrong, so I can go on setting and then rectify this. For as of now it is correct for me. I will just telling you this is the class code. This is very much important, as this is the class code which I can share with my students, so they can join directly into my classroom with this class code. And there is an option here, then display. It will display the class code. Copy, it will give it will copy this class code to the clipboard and you can paste it anywhere. Then reset, this is the option of resetting the class code. Likewise, if many unknown students have joined your classroom, or it happens that if it is a 10th A classroom and some 9th or 8th student have accidentally joined this classroom and you are not able to remove them, you remove them and they come again, and you want to reset this class code and you want to make it afresh, and you will you want to send a new code to your students now, so you can reset this. But just my suggestion is that it gives only three times to reset this code. You will get only 3 times to reset this code. Once you will reset this code, after 3 times this classroom will be disabled and you will not able to work on it, and you will not able to reset the code again. So do this in very emergency situation if you want to, otherwise leave as it is. And then stream, what is the stream? Stream is, I have shown you, that is the cover page. So on that cover page, whether you want student can post or comment, student can only comment, or teacher can only post and comment. So these are the options. Whatever you want to opt, you can opt from this. Then classwork on the stream means I have posted some classwork in the classwork tab and I want it to be shown on the stream. So do I want to show attachment always? Means I have attached some form to it, or I have attached an assignment to it. So whether I want to come complete, like this is an assignment, this is an attachment, or should I want a condensed notification? Means only the title will come, that activity one, this particular this, and there will be no details. Once the student will click on that, then he will be able to see all the details. Then hide notifications if you want to hide them. This is simple. And then there is show deleted item, whether the items you have deleted, you want it to view later, so you can enable this. Otherwise it is of no use. And the main thing is this, that meeting, it is a generate meet link, where if whenever you want to take Gmeet from this particular classroom, so you have to generate a meet link. You don't have to do it again and again. This is only one time activity. You just create on generate meet link. A meet link has been generated. You can share this outside this classroom on the WhatsApp also, or students will always join up with this meet link only. I will show you on the stream page it comes. And this is the grade calculation. I will be telling you afterwards this. I'm just saving it down. So I have made the settings for this classroom. Now I have told you that on the stream page itself, my name is coming, the subject is coming, and this is the class code, which we have seen in the settings option. When you will click on this bracket option, you will get an enlarged view. You can share with the students. You can copy it down from here. And the meet link is here. Students will come to this classroom. They will just hit this meet link, and the meet link will be started, not by the students. Students will able to join this meeting only when the teacher will join, or only when the owner of this classroom will join, will start the meeting. Okay, so this is the security feature in this. So this is our stream tab, which I have told. This is the select theme, upload photo if you want to for your classroom, and share something with class. You can make any announcement here, like I do welcome you all. So whether you want to send to all students or to some particular students, you can send. And this is the one thing, like I want a standard notification or a standard announcement to be displayed on all my classroom, as I'm having 4 to 5 classrooms, and I want at same time I should post. I should not go on each and every classroom and then posting it again and again. So from here I can select as many classroom as I want, and at the single click the same notification will be sent to each and every classroom. So I will just keep it to 10th A only, and I will post it down. So this is the stream option. We were on the stream. Now I will be telling you how you can invite teacher as well as students to your class. So on the third tab, I'm just skipping this. I'm not skipping this. I will come to this again, but I'm just telling you how you will add, because I have to add students first to work to get started with this classroom. So I'm going to the people, and now I'm finding here teachers and students, and you can see this people icon beside the teacher as well as with the students. Now, if I want if I want to join my vice principal or my principal ma'am in this classroom, I will just click on this and I will type an email ID of any teacher. I will just show you. Like these are some IDs of my teachers. So I will be just selecting this from anywhere. I will just press Ctrl C for copying it, and then again I will be moving up to my classroom, and simply I can paste it over here. I will press enter, and the invitation will be sent to everyone. If I will send invite, then invitation will be sent to them. For now, I will not send invite because these are the active IDs. I will just press cancel. So I hope every one of you got this, how we can add teachers. And then for the students also, we will be repeating the same procedure. You just click on this, and then I'm having some IDs over here also of the students. So I will be just clicking this, and then I will be pasting here and press enter. All the students will be added. So like this, we can add the students. For now, for showing you one dummy ID I have created, I will be adding that. And then I have invited this student to my classroom. So it has been invited. Now I will be showing you how this will come to a student screen. I've already logged in. This is my different ID. This is that student dummy ID, and I'm in this account. This is a student ID. Student will go to the classroom. Because many students also ask the question that, ma'am, where we have to join, from where we have to start. So for that, I'm telling you this, and you can see it over here that when I will click on plus sign, I will go, I will get only for joining the class. A student can enter only the class code and he or she can join the class. Now, as I have sent invitation to him or her, this is the invitation and I will be joining this classroom. Once I will be joining the classroom, my thumbnail of my classroom will be here in the student's account. So this is it. So I will move back to my account. So this is my account. So this was about how to join the students as well as the teachers in the account. So now I will be telling you how you can assign the classwork and how you can give an assignments or quizzes to the students. So for that, you have to hit on this classwork tab, which is in between the stream and the people. So I'm on the classwork tab now. You can see you can start a meeting here from directly. You don't have to go on these nine dots and have to start the Gmeet. You can start directly the Google Meet from here, as I have generated the code. Then Google Calendar also you can access from here. And this is the class drive folder. Means whatever I am having in the Google Drive of this particular class, I will show, I can view that. So first I will be clicking on create. And then you can see assignment, quiz assignment, question, material, reuse post, and topic. So first of all, I will be telling you that I want to give an assignment to the students and I will be clicking on a topic. I'm creating a topic for it. Let's say thermal power station. And I will be adding a topic. Why I have added this topic? Because some primary teachers are there who teaches many classes. So who teaches many subject in one particular class. So like this, they can create different topics for different subjects, and then they can get started. Otherwise, their stream will be very much poured with everything from each and every subject, so they might get confused. So first they can create a topic. So I have created a topic and now I'm giving assignment. So title, I can give any title like activity 1. I'm giving it thermal power station. An instruction, I can write anything. Complete your work, I'm just writing it like this. And then here are the two tabs, adding and create. Now I have to create. This is the creating. I can create a doc, means I can create a simply a document like an MS DOS. In MS DOS we do, like we create a document. You just click, I'm telling you, I will tell you one by one how you can create. Just click on this document. I'm opening this document. So now I will write something like here, just for showing you up. Like thermal power station written down and something like that. Okay, so this is, I can create a document and this will automatically, you don't have to save this, you don't have to do anything in this, it will be directly attached there as I have created this. Now I'm telling you some features of this. which will be beneficial for the Hindi teachers because they have to do typing in Hindi and they have to write in Hindi. From the file menu, you can change the language. Means you can change it to Hindi. Okay, and from here, more, you will get the Hindi keyboards like Devanagari inscript, phonetic, and then you can write it from here in Hindi, whatever you want to, like this. It will be beneficial for the Hindi teachers. Or there is one more tool of doing the voice typing. If you are having something in your mind and you want to put that in a document, so you just do voice typing. If you want to write down in Hindi from this voice typing, you have to select language again in this. From here, I will select Hindi. I'll be selecting Hindi and then I will speak. जैसा मैं बोलूंगी वैसा यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ आप जैसे देख पा रहे होंगे मेरे स्क्रीन पे. You will be able to see everything. So like this, you can make use of this voice typing. I will just disable this up, and this is my document which has been created. Okay, if I want to share this up, I can say share this up, and simply, if you will not save it, it will be saved automatically also. So I'm just going to my classwork, and here my document has been created. So this is for creating a document. Likewise, you can create a slide. As you all know, we can create PowerPoint slides like a PowerPoint presentation. We can create it here. I will write something here and like this, you will be making a slide also. So now my slide has also been created. Like sheets, if you want to create an Excel sheet, if you want to create a drawing or form, this is the most important thing which we have to use oftenly, because we have to give some test in the form of quizzes or in the form of a Google form. So I will be telling you that how we will be creating a Google form for students. So I will be clicking on this. And now this Google form has been opened up. Simply I have to give the title. I will be writing down quiz and then description of the form. Thermal power station, and here I will add questions. So first question, let's say I add so energy. Simple. I have added a question and I will make it a multiple choice. I'm having the choice of whether making it a short answer. If you want a student should answer in one sentence or in a paragraph, you can select the options from here. I will give in multiple choice. And one thing more, if you want student to attach work over here or to attach any photograph over here, so you can give this file upload option also over here. So I will be keeping it to the multiple choice, and I will be giving some multiple choice over here like coal, sunlight. Simple, I'm saying like this. So from this, the student have to choose. Now for adding some more questions, you will be just clicking on this plus icon and you can add more questions to it. Many questions you want, you just click on this plus sign and you can add questions to it. One more thing I would like to tell you in this question, that this is the required field, that whether this question is important for students to answer or not. Means if you are checking it to the required, means if the student have not answered to this question, he will not be able to submit his response. The Google form will not allow him to submit his response before submitting this. Like we find any asterisk marks in the forms we fill. So this is that this answering this question is essential. And don't want to keep this, you can just disable this. So like this, I will keep it required. And then you can see here, these are the settings and the themes, customized themes also. And I will be telling you how you will do the settings of this Google form. Now I have made a Google form. I have made some questions. Now this is collect email addresses. Collect email addresses means I'll check on this. Why this is important means when the student will be submitting the form, how will you be knowing that which student have submitted you the responses? So better to collect an email addresses, or what you can do, you can add a question that what is your name, you write your name, and student will write their name, their class. You can give options for the class. You can do that also in the Google form. For better, for the G Suite IDs, I suggest that you just click on this collect email addresses. You will get the email address of the student, and you will get to know that who has submitted the response. So you can set it to limit to one response. Means if you have given a test and the student have appeared for it, and you don't want to student to reappear, so you can just mark this that limit to one response. Means only one time the Google form will accept his or her response, and then he will deny. Then edit after submit, whether if the student have submitted the form and then later he reminded, later he get to know that no, I have submitted something wrong. So whether you are giving him authority to edit it after submit or not, it's up to you. So for the presentation, it is show progress bar and show shuffle question order. It is like presentation means how it will be presented to your students. Show progress bar means it will be showing a progress bar. If the students have attempted 6 questions out of 10, so it will be showing a progress bar that this much you have completed and this much is left. And then shuffle question order is, that means you are giving a test instantly. While you are in a Google classroom, you create a form and you distribute a test to each and every student, and they can cheat in that. So what you can do, you can shuffle question order. Means if I am getting question number 1 as which is the renewable source of energy, maybe the other student will be getting it on question number 10. So likewise, the cheating cases can be minimized. So we can do if we want. And then always, if you are taking a quiz, then make it as a quiz. What is the purpose of making this as a quiz? Because the Google form, once the student will be inputting their responses, the students will, this Google form will auto grade them, will provide the grade automatically. First, for that you have to input the answer key, then the Google form will check with that, and then the student will be auto graded. That what are the, you don't have to check it again. So this is the option that release grade. Release grade means once the student have submitted the form, the Google form will show that this is your score. Or if you don't want a student to see, then you can click on later after manual review. So I will just click on this later after manual review, and I will saving this. Now, as I have made it a quiz, you can see here, when I will make this Google form as a quiz, then only I will get this option of an answer key. So I will be just clicking on this answer key. Now it is asking me what is the correct answer. So I will be just click on the answer, and I will be allotting points for it. Let's say 5 marks I have given for this question, and then done. So as you are seeing, this green tick mark means this answer has been recorded on this Google form. And now if the student will give the correct answer, he will be allotted 5 marks, otherwise 0. So this was all about the Google form. So it will be saved automatically there. We don't need to send it. So just I have made a Google form. Here it is attached. So this is all about creating a doc, slide, sheets, drawings, or a form. Then I will be telling you adding. This is an attachment. If you want to attach it from a Google Drive means you are having something on your Google Drive, like this is my Google Drive. And let's say I want to share something like this document. I want to add this up. So simply I can add this up in my here. I'm showing you this in one assignment only. Okay, and this is the thermal power plant. This has been added as an attachment over here. Then from a link is, you can copy a link here. Whatever link you want to share with the students, an assignment that you please refer to this link. So you can copy a link over here. So for that, I have just opened a Diksha portal, which is diksha.gov.in. Someone is presenting the screen, so I will request please to disable the screen, stop presenting.
I request Sandhya Tyagi ma'am, please stop sharing your screen. Sandhya Tyagi ma'am.
Now you are able to see my screen, only my screen.
No, ma'am, we are not able to see your screen.
Ma'am, just pin on my that name, Amita Rana, and then now pin my screen. As someone has started the presentation in between, so it happens. So those who are not able to see my screen, please click on that pinning option which I have told you. I have opened the Diksha portal.
Yes, ma'am, we can see now.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. All right. So we will continue. So this is my Diksha portal. I am just sharing the link of this in my assignment. So here is the link. I will just copy this link and here I will just paste it down. So this I can see this link has been, as we all know that on diksha.gov.in we get many data of our related to our subjects. So we can refer to that and we can add a link over here like this. Just clicking a link. And then I have told you to drive from link for file means if you're having anything on your drive, means on your laptop. If you're, yes.
Sorry, ma'am, not able to see the screen.
So please pin my screen, sir. Please pin my
Ma'am,
screen.
I have done many times, but not able to see.
Yes, ma'am, the screen is not visible. We have pinned it,
Many
but
times.
even then it is not visible.
Okay, let me then stop presentation and I will start it again. I will start the presenting the screen again. All of you are not able to see my screen? None of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
can see I have pinned your screen. After
Okay.
that, I will be able to
Yes,
see
ma'am.
your screen.
No,
आप
ma'am,
not
it is
able
not
to see.
visible.
पे जहाँ अमिता राणा नाम लिखा है,
Ma'am,
I
I can see your screen.
Just I would like to bring it to your notice that my name is coming in two means like Amita Rana you and Amita Rana presentation. So you have to click on Amita Rana presentation. You have to pin that one.
Yes, ma'am, I have clicked that only. That's why I can see your presentation. Teachers,
Yeah.
please, आप लोग अमिता राणा presentation जहाँ लिखा है, वहाँ पे पिन कीजिए. पिंक कलर आ जाएगा. Then it will come.
No,
Teachers, have you got it? Now you can
No,
see.
ma'am.
अमिता राणा presentation site पे लिखा होगा. आपने sidebar लिया होगा अगर तो.
Yes, ma'am, I got it.
Got it? साइड पे जहाँ पे नाम आते हैं वहां पे ग्रीन आप पिन
Yes, ma'am, आ गया.
होगा, उसको क्लिक कर दीजिए अमिता राणा प्रेजेंटेशन पे. टीचर्स नाउ यू कैन सी इट और नॉट.
Not, ma'am.
अब दिख रहा है
Yes, ma'am.
सबको?
Yes, ma'am. दिख रहा है.
नीरज सर दिख रहा है? नीरज सर.
Yes, ma'am, I am able to see.
Yes,
Yes.
madam, दिख रहा है संगीता तोला.
ओके, अब सबको दिख रहा है? Shall we?
No, ma'am, I'm still not able to see, ma'am. I'm trying.
मैम राइट साइड पे जहाँ अमिता राणा प्रेजेंटेशन आपका नाम दिख रहा है.
मैम केवल अमिता राणा दिख रहा है.
नहीं, उसके ऊपर अमिता राणा प्रेजेंटेशन भी है.
या मैम, got it.
वहाँ पे बेल आइकन सा जो बना हुआ है वहाँ पे आप
या
एक बार
मैम, या
कीजिए. वो ग्रीन
Got it,
कलर
ma'am,
में आ
got it.
जाएगा.
Yes, ma'am, got it.
Got it? अब सबको मिल गया?
Yes, ma'am, got it. Yes, ma'am.
और कोई टीचर जिसको ना अभी भी स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रही हो प्लीज.
Yes, ma'am, मुझे नहीं दिख रही है, ma'am. I'm trying. वो पिन ऑप्शन भी किया है, but it is not coming.
मैम
No, ma'am, I also cannot see.
पूनम
Ma'am,
मैम
I
राइट
can't
साइड पे
see.
जहाँ अमिता राणा प्रेजेंटेशन लिखा है प्लीज वहाँ पे क्लिक कीजिए. वहाँ पे एक बेल सी बनी होगी उस पे क्लिक कीजिए. ग्रीन कलर में हो जाएगी फिर आपको स्क्रीन दिखेगी.
मैं ट्राई कर रही हूँ. कई बार किया, पता नहीं क्यों.
मैम अगर आप बार बार हिट करेंगे तो वो ऑन ऑफ होता जाएगा. यू जस्ट हिट ओनली वंस, इट विल टर्न ग्रीन एंड देन द प्रेजेंटेशन विल बी स्टार्टेड.
यस, एब्सोल्युटली राइट मैम. बार बार ऑन ऑफ आप क्लिक करोगे तो वो ऑफ हो जाएगा फिर ऑन होगा जब ग्रीन कलर में आ जाए. अमिता राणा प्रेजेंटेशन इज गिवन. So this
Ma'am.
is the only feature, this is the only gray area of Google Suite कि screen कोई भी share कर लेता है तो problem आती है,
Yes, ma'am.
है ना?
मैम वो ग्रीन तो हो गया है बट द प्रेजेंटेशन इज नॉट कमिंग मैम.
It will take a while, ma'am. It will take a while and it will come.
ओके मैम.
It depends on the
Ma'am,
internet. It depends on the network.
मैम आई थिंक आपने ना दो जगह से लॉगिन किया है, तो एक में माइक ऑफ है आपका, एक में ऑन है, तो जो ऑफ वाला है उसमें है आपका विजिबल.
हाँ यस सर, वहीं से ही आपको ग्रीन, वो प्रेजेंटेशन है ना मैम की,
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
उसके
तो
थ्रू
जैसे हम जैसे if anyone start presentation तो उसका अलग से ही अमिता राणा presentation करके वो 2 बार ही आता है.
ओके यस मैम आई कैन सी नाउ.
कौन से में आ रहा है?
Alright, so shall we continue?
यस मैम.
Yes ma'am, you can continue.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so we were on attaching a file. So this is we are adding a file. By hitting on this icon, we can select any file from our device. If I'm having anything on my laptop and I want to attach it down in my assignment, so I will be just clicking on this, select file from my device, and I can attach it here, anything which I want to. So I will be attaching this WhatsApp image. Let's say this is a student work. So like this, if you want to add more files, you can add more files to it. I'm just uploading it down. So like this, we can create forms, slides, docs. We can make a link. We can copy a link. We can be adding a file. We can add from a Google Drive and from the YouTube as well. From the YouTube, like if I want to search something like thermal power station, as I'm taking this topic only. So thermal power station, I will search. Here only I will find out something about the electricity, or I can go on YouTube and I can copy a URL from there also. So simply if I want to add this, I will be adding this to my assignment. That if I want student to see this YouTube link, so I will be adding this. It will take a while. So like this, you can, I will just try it again. So it has been added, I think. I will just check it out. Okay, now maybe it is taking some time. So I will be just showing you from the YouTube as well. Like I have opened a YouTube. Let's say YouTube on my Chrome browser. Something, and it will come simply like thermal power plant. It is here. And I want to share this video. I want to share the link of this video. So it is coming here. You can see all of you. It comes in the YouTube, share. And this is the YouTube link. I'm just copying it down and I will be pasting it in my classwork. Let's say here I will be pasting this. I will not be searching for it. I'm pasting here. It comes down here, selecting this and then adding it up. So like this, I can add a YouTube video. I think, I don't know why it is not been adding, but like this is the thing how we can add a YouTube video. I'm not able to this also. I will just cancel it down. All right, no problem. I think my system is got in hand. Okay, I will be moving to the my Google Classroom again. Let it be. And this was my classroom which I made while we were working. And then this is the classwork. and you can see the thermal power station. The topic is here. So as that was hanged up, so as I've not saved that, it is not coming. So I won't be doing it again. I will be showing you in a different form. So like this, we can create, as you have all know. I will be telling you now simply. I will be just putting it down again, but I will not. Do you want me to repeat this? Is everyone clear with all that which I was saying? Then I'm just adding a Google form here. I will be adding a Google form. I will be adding a Google form. I'm having a Google form at my drive. I'm just adding it because I want to show you in the Google Drive that how students answer. I'm just trying it to cancel it down so we can work on this only. Okay, no issues. So I'm creating a form again. Just will take you some time. I'm just creating a form again. Yeah, I will be adding an question. Right. The settings. Doing the settings for this presentation. I don't want to make changes here. I will just make it as a quiz, and then I will be saving these settings. There is a spelling mistake in here. I will just rectify this. Okay, and then I will be quickly answering. It is renewable, then it is sunlight. So let's give 5 point here, and then done. Quiet. This. It is for sending. You can copy a link also from here if you want to send it down to anyone on the WhatsApp also. You can copy a link from here and then you can send this form. Otherwise here in the class room, it will be automatically added like this. And now I will be telling you on the right hand side here. Now I want to assign this assignment to my students. So for which class? So like I have told you earlier also, whichever how many classes, if you wanted number of classes to get this assignment, so you can click from here. You just click number of classes which you want like this, and this assignment will go to all those classes which you want. So I will be keeping it for 10th A. Then if you want to go give it to all students, if I am having students only Prisha Mathur as a student, it is giving me this. Otherwise, it will give the student ID. If you want to send it to a particular student, then the list of student will come. You can select down from there. Then points, it is asking that I want to keep it 5 points as I have given in the Google form. Then due date. Due date means if you are taking test and you want to take the test today only, then you just select 15th. And also in this, you can give time as well. Means 3 to 4, or means you can say, it means then this form will be active. After that, the student will not be able to send the responses. And what you can do in the form also, you can stop receiving the responses. Then topic, I have already created thermal power station quiz, and then I will be assigning this. The most important thing is to assign to the students. Once you will assign this, this will be going to the students. Now, this is when I will be clicking on this assign, I will get an arrow button there here. I will be clicking on this, then it is coming assign, schedule, save draft or discard draft. Assign means if I want to assign it right now. Schedule means if I want to send it tomorrow or day after tomorrow, then I can schedule it for later. Then save draft if I want that this is not complete, and if I want to make changes in future, then I will save in the draft and then I can edit it from there. So as of now, I will be assigning this. So this will be assigned to the student, that is the Prisha. I will be just showing you. This is the account of Prisha, and then classwork. This is the student ID, and then thermal power station. You can see here, like this, the student will be getting that complete your work. 1 assigned, 0 turned in because she has not answered till yet. So this is like this. It will come on the stream of the class of your Google Classroom. This is the student ID which I am showing you. This is the student account. So I will be just going on to my account. So this is all about the classwork, that how can we create an assignment, a question. Now, assignment and the quiz assignment is also the same. Quiz assignment is also the same. We can attach a Google form over here, and this is grade importing. It means once the student will be responding on the Google forms, it will be collecting the grades from there. Like I will show you. I'm making a quiz assignment. And then I'm adding a form, let's say. Let's say this I have added. So I have added. This is my form which I have added, and this is the most important tab. This is grade import. Means if the student has answered or has sent the response, Google form will receive the response and will keep it with themselves. But to reflect those grades in the Google Classroom, you have to keep this enabled. You have to import those grades, and how you will import this grade, I will show you. Like this, I'm signing it to 10th A only, and then 5 marks. Due date, let not give any due date. And then topic, I will just selecting again that thermal power station, and then I will be assigning it. So like this, I have assigned a quiz assignment to the one of my students, which I have added in this classroom. So I will be going to that student ID. So this is, now you can see here in under the thermal power station, you are finding a quiz and a thermal power station. So now if you want to attempt this, to complete your work, I'm doing a quiz. So I will just open this quiz. And now this, like this, I will get the student will get the question. Let's say he opt for sunlight and he submit. Your response has been recorded. The student will get this, and now I will show you how I will be getting this. Okay, and then I will be opening an assignment. I will be seeing, it will be attached in my assignment. Like this. If you are seeing here, this is import grades option. So what you have to do, if the student have, it is coming as one turned in, means one student has answered the question and 0 assigned, because I was having only one student, so it is coming 0 assigned, and I will just import grades. I will click on this import grades, and the grades will be imported. And now you can see here, Prisha has got 5 marks. It has been picking up from that Google form. So like this, we can create a Google form or a quiz for the students. So now I will be moving back to my classroom. So this was all about Stream classwork. As I've told you, how to create an assignment, how to create a quiz assignment. And this is Quotient. What is this Quotient? This is, now I will be telling you how you can take the attendance if you're working on the Google Classroom and you have given the time to the students that I will be online on, or I will be taking the class from 4 to 5 p.m. on this Google Classroom, and you want to see that how many students are present during that time in this classroom. So you will be preparing a question for them. You will be preparing a question for them to answer. So this is the method for taking the attendance. This is the method for taking the attendance. So let's say attendance. I have attendance for, I will just give a date over here. 12th, like this. And I will be giving it multiple choice. Okay, multiple choice means yes, and I don't want to give it no, because if the student is not there, how will he will select no? So here I can write, if you are not present, specify reason in the comment box. So like this, student will be viewing this, but this will not be active after the class. But this will not be active because I will be giving the timing for this. So I have created this, and then 10th students, like we have done in the assignments, and then point. I don't want to give this point because this is only the attendance. I will give it ungraded, and then due date. Due date, like I want to take the class 15th, and from 4 p.m. till 4 p.m. I want to receive the otherwise. So I can do this. I can give the time over here, and the topic, you can create a topic over here. It is the attendance. And then ask. I will just be asking this. So this is one of the method. As you can see on my screen, on my wall, on my cover page, you can see this attendance. So once the student will be opening this, should I show you that also? So this was a student ID. So this is a student ID. He got like this: attendance for 12/6/2020. If you are present, specify the reason. So he will be clicking on this, and he will be giving the reason for this, that whether he was present or not. So yes, and then okay, and let me see. So now it is not able to switch between that student account and this. Are we just going to that? As there are so many tabs, it is like the question, because this is my ID only. So I will be showing you like this. On the student ID, it will be receiving like this. It will be showing like this only, the attendance, and he can mark present or yes or no. Okay, like if you're present, specify reason in the comment. If you're not present, specify reason. So here he can write a class comment or simply he can say yes if he was present over there. So this was the one of the method for taking the attendance. And one more method is there, that you can take this with the help of a Google form. As I have told you how you can create a Google form, so like that also you can create a Google form, and you can give question that were you present on that day, and then yes or no options, and then you can post a Google form also on your wall of the class. So this was it all about the attendance also. Now I will be showing you about the grades. How you have to check the grading. So in this, as my student have not given, I will be showing you one of my classroom which I'm be using. So this is my classroom, and this is the grade option. Once you go in the main cover page, you will be finding this grade option. Just click on this grade option, and here you can see I have given the quiz on thermal activity and one first activity. Missing means I have given some due date, but the student have not submitted it before that due date, so it will be coming as missing. And the students who have given the work, I have allotted them the marks. So like this, it would be coming. And if I want to view the submission, so I will be just clicking on these three dots, and I will be clicking on view the submission. I'm showing you. So this, the student has attached the WhatsApp images of the work which they have done. So this is the work which the student has done, and I will just check it down. Now how you are, I can check this down. Are you seeing this? This is an add a comment option. So in the laptop, it is bit difficult. It is not, I will not say difficult, but in the mobiles, it is easier to check the work of a student, because when we click on the work of the student in the mobile, it comes like a pen. We can select a color of the pen, and straight away we can just move our fingers and put tick mark over there. But here in the laptop, if you're doing from the laptop, you have to press this, and then you have to select the area. As you can see, that student has not given me a good picture of this. So this is, you will select the area. You will select the area, and it will come as to comment on that area. Okay, as the picture is not clear, as you are seeing that Amita Rana is coming, a dialog box come over here, and you can just post a comment that this is wrong, or you can put a correction. Like this it comes. You just open the work, add a comment. I want to show you, but I think this picture, yes, this. I have selected this, and then it will come like this. A dialog box is there. I will see that spelling mistakes. I can write anything. So like this, I can check the work of the student in a laptop. But my suggestion is this, that it's better to check on the mobiles or in the iPads, because there comes a pen, straight away we can check it out. So it's easy over there. So like this, I will be checking it. I'm posting the comment that there is a spelling mistake, and then I will be returning this work. As I have already returned this work to the student, so the return tab is not enabled. Okay, so you have to just hit on this return tab, and whatever editing you will do on this picture, it will be gone to the student. It will be going to the student then. So this was about the grading, how you can check the grading, how you can import grades. As I've told you that how you have to import the grades from there. You just prepare a quiz, enable grade importing, and then whenever any student will respond, you just go on that quiz, an option will come, a tab will come for import grades. Click on that, and all the grades from the Google form will be reflected over here in your grade stream. So this was all about the grades, and I have told you about the attendance also, that you can take the attendance through the question, through the Google Forms. Through the Google Forms also you can take the attendance, and I will be telling you also that when you are in a Google Meet, then how you can take the attendance. So let's move on to that. So I will be opening a Google Meet. Before opening the Google Meet, I will just show you a calendar, that as I have scheduled a meeting For the teacher, if you are taking a Google Meet from the classroom, it is of means this calendar is of no use to schedule the meeting. You can just write on the wall that on this particular date and on this particular time I want to take the meeting, and then the student will just click on that meet link, the meet link which we have generated. The student will just click on that, and then you can start. The owner can start the meeting. The student cannot start the meeting, so they will start the meeting. But if you want to schedule a meeting from your G Suite account, I'm just telling you, you just go to the apps, and here is the calendar. You will find a Google Calendar over there, and as you see on my screen, there are various dates. I have scheduled a meeting, a training session on G Suite for today. Okay, like this you can schedule the meetings. Let's see, let's say on 13th I have to schedule a meeting for same time 3 to 4 for push VR second shift. So I will be clicking here on the time slot between 3 to 4. You can see it has come 3 to 4, and then I will be adding a title to it, like training session on G Suite. So this is the event. And then if I'm having an email ID of the guest which I want to participate in this Google Meet with me, so I can add the email IDs of the G Suite accounts teacher. You will add all the, and an invitation mail will be sent to them. Okay, and if you're not having the IDs of everyone, so it's then leave that, and then just click on add Google Meet video conferencing. This is the important tab. You have to add the conference. Okay, and I will be sharing this code to you tomorrow only, because I have scheduled the meeting today. So this is that up to 250 participants, it will be showing you the Google Meet, and you will be clicking on this. Then here you can see meeting ID, phone number. What you have to do, if you want to send it to the WhatsApp, you just copy it down from here and paste it on your WhatsApp screen, and then send it to the peoples. Okay, and if you're having the guest IDs, then you can add it here, and then when you will press save, it will be giving you a message that these particular people will get an invitation mail of your this training session. Then I will press yes, and a mail will be reflected in their inbox. So like this I can schedule a meeting. You can always add a location. Add a live stream means I'm here, it will add my live location. Add description also. If you want to add the description means if you want to add the content of the training, or that what all topics will be shared in the session, you can always add this up, and then you will saving it down. And here you can see that for Saturday 13, the training session for 3 to 4 p.m. has been scheduled. I will be sharing these details via WhatsApp or via mail if I am having the mail IDs. Like this, you can always schedule a meeting. And as I have scheduled this meeting, now I will be showing you that if I will go on my Google Meet. Okay. If I'm going on my Google Meet, so it is giving me the training session on G Suite ID. I have added it right now like this. If I will be opening my G Meet, it will be reminding me that there is a session on G Suite. So I can be opening that. So like this, you can create a Google Calendar, or you can schedule a meeting through a Google Calendar. This was all about scheduling a meeting. So now I will be telling you about, like, sometimes the problem come. Someone has started presenting again. I will request to please stop the presentation. Is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, we can see.
All right. So, like I'm in my this, and I'm telling you that if some unknown students or some unknown users are being added to your Google Classroom, you have to go to people. And if I see that this particular student like Aditya, and I want to remove this student from my account, so I will just selecting this, and here is the actions. Like email, if I want to see his or her email, don't want to see, I will just remove it down. And what is this mute option? This is a very beneficial option. Mute means if I will be muting this, means if I will be muting these all participants, if I am taking a test, and I will then I will be muting all these participants for a while, then what will happen? The students will not able to comment, not able to post. They will only see my classroom. They will not able to get involved into my classroom. They will just attempt the test. They will not be able to post anything or post any answer. So I can mute them for a while, for a half an hour, for 1 hour, till I'm taking a test on a Google Classroom. So this is an important option which I've came across. So always you can mute the students while you are taking the test. So the interference could be avoided, or students could not post any unnecessary answer or comment on your wall. So this was all about how you can remove the unknown students from the your Google Classroom. Then I will be telling you about the attendance, how you will be taking the attendance in the Google, during the Google Meet. I'm in the Google Meet like this. This is my Google Meet page, and today I'm taking the session with you. So I want to take the attendance now. So for the attendance, for taking the attendance while you are on the Google Meet, and you want to know how many students have joined and when they have joined. So simply, I will be opening up my browser. For that, for recording the attendance during the Google Meet, you should download one extension on your Chrome browser. Only on the Chrome browser it will be useful, or it will be enabled, I say. So Chrome Web Store, I will be going to the Chrome Web Store, and then you will be entering here Meet attendance. You can see here, so the Google Meet attendance icon is something like this, a tick mark, a green tick mark. This is a Google Meet attendance. As I have already added it to my Chrome browser, so it is not coming an option. Sorry, it is not coming an option to add to the Chrome. It is just coming to rate it down. So if you are not having it on your laptops, so the option of add to Chrome will be coming over here. You just click on that, and then you can see here on the top, this icon is coming like this. It will be added to the ribbon of your browser. Like you can see here, it is coming in my browser. So I will be telling you how you have to use this. I'm going to my Meet again. This is just like a Play Store. We have opened a Chrome Web Store, and we are downloading an extension from there, okay, to make use of it during our Google Meet. There are several extensions for the Google Meet, which I will be telling you later in the different sessions. I'm telling you about the attendance today. So this is my Google Meet, and you can see here a tick mark. Every one of you will be seeing, and here all of you must be having the three options. But here I will just hide this up. You are seeing this tick option over here. Someone again has started the presentation. So if you have pinned my screen, he or she will not be able to show the presentation. So are you able to see my screen? Is there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here you can see a tick mark. I will just ticking on this tick mark. I will just clicking on this tick mark, and here you can see a list has been popped up. And what I've been doing, you can see here, a list is there. I will be downloading this list right now and saving this attendance as a CSV file. So a floppy icon is coming over here, and I will be saving this. So I will be just opening this, and I will be showing you how it comes. So like this, all the names are here for the participants who have joined this meeting, and the times, then that at what time, what was the arrival time of all the participants. Okay, like this, you can always take the attendance of your class. For that, what do you want to have? You want to have this extension, that is the Google Meet attendance, on your Chrome ribbon or the Chrome browser. You can always download it from a Chrome Web Store, and then you just click on this tick mark whenever you are in the meeting, not after the meeting. whenever you are in the meeting, you just hit this tick mark and it will record all the participants arrival time at that time and will create a file like this. So this was all about the attendance, and I have told you about the Google Calendar as well. And for pinning the screen, I told you that if you are showing the presentation to someone, so it is always needed that they should pin your screen. Otherwise, if someone will speak in between, or someone will share the presentation, so it will be creating a disturbance then. So it is always better to pin this thumb pin, and always hit this. And this was all about the Google Meet. And if you want to start your present, if you just like I am presenting the screen as so if you want to start your presentation, you can always resume your presentation, or you can in the screen of the Google Meet, you will be seeing there present screen, present now. You will be just hitting on that, and you will be starting presenting your screen. After, when you will be clicking on the present now option, 3 options will come to you. First option is your entire screen, whether you want to share the entire screen. A Chrome workbook means whenever you are in a Chrome workbook, only that part will be shared to the participants. Or in a window means, like if you're on a desktop, it will not be shared. If you're opening any window, if you're opening anything above it, then that will only be presented. So it is always better to share the entire screen so the participants could get to know better. So that was all about the Google Meet and Google Suite apps and tools. So if there are any queries, this is a chat box. You can write down these queries on the chat box, and then I can answer. I will try to answer your queries.
Teachers, if you have any query, please, you can ask.
I will be sharing the recording also with all you teachers. I will be sharing with the Vice Principal Ma'am of your school, and then you can watch it later also. Those who are not able to join can watch it.
I think when one query has come.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's ask. Let me see.
Please ask how to remove unknown user.
Yeah, unknown user from the classroom.
Okay, like this is my page of a classroom. I will just go to people tab. I will find these 4 tabs over here. I will be going to the people tab. This people tab I have gone, and here I am having the students which are in my classroom. And let's say I want to delete this first student, Aditya. So I will be clicking on this square box. I will be clicking this, and then this action tab will be enabled. I will be clicking on this, and then you can easily remove this from this student from here. Or you can mute, as I've already told you, that mute option you can apply while you are taking the test. So a student at that time will not be active in the classrooms. They will only be performing the test. They can't speak, they can't post, they can't write anything on that. So am I clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
To us. Manoj sir is asking how to share the screen.
Okay, so sir, on the on your ribbon, on your white ribbon, which is coming downwards, where it is coming microphone, video option, and it will be coming over there, present now. Present now, you will be seeing present now. It is coming resume your presentation, but it will be coming for you present now. You will just click on that tab. Once you will be clicking on that, it will be showing you 3 options. An entire screen. You want to present your entire screen. You want to present a Chrome browser only, or means whatever it is on the Chrome browser, that will be presented only, or a window. So you can opt any one of the option, whichever you want, and then you can start with it. You can resume, you can be presented then. And just tell your participants to pin your screen always, or tell your students always to pin your screen, so that if any student will speak in between, you will not be deflected with that. Thank you.
my question is that on this people sidebar, we are having two Amita Rana presentation and Amita
Yes.
Rana. So, have you logged in through two different mail
No,
ID?
ma'am. Whenever any person will start the presentation, automatically a copy of that her or his name will be made and it will be written here to a presentation. So that is only for the presentation. If I will disable my presentation, that name will be gone.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Actually, when I tried this one, so I thought that my name is coming only one time. That is Shilpa Malhotra.
Because at that time I was presenting, ma'am. That's why.
Got it, ma'am.
Yeah. Any more queries, please?
Sangeeta Tola ma'am is asking how to communicate with student.
Communicate in sense means, ma'am, I'm not able to get the question very well.
I request Sangeeta Tola ma'am, please ask directly.
Yeah, please, ma'am.
Sangeeta Tola ma'am.
Yes, how to communicate with the student or ask questions, develop curiosity among students.
Means, ma'am, there are several different extensions for it. Means, as if you are able to see my screen, are you able to see my screen?
No, only attendance. Attendance screen.
No,
is coming.
here it is coming a student as a raised hand.
Yeah.
Okay, let me resume my presentation. Are you able to see my screen now?
No. Attendance form is coming. Google Meet. No.
Please, please pin my screen first. Pin my screen again because I have resumed my presentation.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
just. Ma'am, are you there?
Sangeeta Tola ma'am, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, you able to see my screen, ma'am?
Wait a minute, one time. Yes.
Okay. So, ma'am, if you want to communicate with the student during the Google Meet, so as yeah. Yeah, should I?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to communicate during the Google Meet, if you are saying that there are several extensions which I would be telling you in the next training sessions, like you can see on my screen. This is coming, and this is an extension of raising the hand for the student. It is for making the communication better. So the students also have to download this extension for them if they want to speak in between. Okay, and if he or she want to answer, he or she want to question something from you, so they will click on this. I am clicking on this. It is coming as Amita raised their hand. So you will be getting a messages. You will be getting a messages over here that this particular student has to say something. So you can just pause your communication over there, and then you can speak to him or her. And like this, I
we
think
can use voicemail also while answering.
Sorry, ma'am.
We can use voicemail also while answering.
Yeah, definitely you can use the voicemail also. And while you are in a Google Classroom, then you can add, as I've told you, that you can share something with your classroom. So like that.
It's very interesting teaching you.
Sorry, ma'am.
It's very interesting.
Thank you.
Okay.
As you told, reset password is done for things that writing particular one class or more. Yes, ma'am. The resetting of password is for one classroom. It will be 3 times. So it is just a suggestion that don't reset the password again and again. Otherwise, the students get confused, because as we know that in KV, the students are getting many problems to join the classrooms. So once they have joined the classroom, and if you will be resetting the codes again, so there might be a problem for them again. So it is a suggestion that you don't reset the password again and again. If it is an emergency situation, if you want in any difficult situation, then you can reset it. Otherwise, leave it like that only.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, ma'am. Any more questions, please?
Shall we conclude the meeting, teachers?
One thing, sorry to interrupt you, ma'am, in between. I would just like to say that I have shared an email ID that is support@kvsrodelhi.in. All you teachers can note down this email ID, and if you are having any query in future regarding anything regarding to this session, if you are having any questions later, then you can mail us on this email ID, and surely we will be getting back with the best possible solutions.
Thank you, ma'am. I request all the teachers, please note down this mail ID, support@kvsrodelhi.in.
And there is a YouTube channel also which we have started by KV Janakpur. It has been started by Support GS. Is the YouTube channel on which we have uploaded the videos of each and every task of the G Suite. We are uploading the videos daily on daily basis there. Once we face any issue, so we make a video and upload over there. Maybe it will be beneficial for you if you watch those videos. So you can always go there. And it is a support YouTube channel. So you can always visit this channel and you can view those videos made by us.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. On behalf
My
of
pleasure, ma'am.
the family, I would like to thank to Madam Amita Rana for acquainting all of us with G Suite Modus Apprendi. I would
My
also
pleasure,
like
ma'am.
to thank to KVS RO Delhi region for scheduling this training program, and we sure look forward for another training programs for all our teachers, ma'am. So this is very much true that COVID-19 pandemic is changing many things, including our school education system. So we are forced to rethink our present system of school education that was totally dependent on textbooks. So now we have to blend this textbook with the use of technology so as to provide competency-based learning to our students. So once again, thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. It's my pleasure. And one thing which I would like to add more in this, that maybe I left with that point, that while a teacher is conducting a Google Meet, so it's always needed that the teacher let all the participants leave the classroom leave the Google Meet first, and then he or she exits the classroom. It's
that is very much important.
Yeah, that is very much important from the security issues. So I just skipped that point. So I want to bring it to the notice. So that's why. And it was great to be with all you people. You were so supportive and cooperative. And it was a great pleasure with interacting with all you people.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So I'm stopping the recording right now. So
share this recording with us because
yeah,
few teachers
sure,
are
ma'am.
not there. Okay.
Yeah,
thank
sure,
you,
sure. I will be recording. Is there any query of any of the teacher? So otherwise, I'm stopping the recording.
Any other query? We will definitely in touch with you.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Sure, anytime. So
Thank you,
I'm stopping the recording.